Last time on Dice Fall and Everyone Dies. Is there anything that y'all are on the lookout for while y'all are in the town itself?
I think we're trying to keep our guard up because we don't know none of us have ever been here before. So we're not 100% sure if these people are friendly. We're pretty sure they're friendly.
Ooh, so many buttons coming back. That's our second button so far. The crowd has gotten even bigger. You see two more elves have stepped up. These are live dancers as well. Nikisha introduces them as Haricha as well as Palke. Medvik appreciates the fourth button he's claimed today, and as you spin, you catch the same leg twice with your spin as it goes through. And everyone kind of goes up just as they see this happen. They're like, yeah! Everyone's clapping at that one, and you kind of see this competitive smile as you're now actually leading 4-2. Welcome back to Dice Fall and Everyone Dies. I'm your GM Chris, and this week you're getting doubled up on the episodes. Yesterday, we released Escape from Rahadoom, the first part of our two-shot homebrew that was written and is GM'd by our player Shay, also known as the voice of Stheno on Demos. They have a fantastic game, and if you haven't had a chance to catch up on it yet, I recommend that after you finish this episode, you go check it out. It is a ton of fun. We have hit now episode 51, a continuation of the wonderful dance party that we had going on last time, and our players are going to get into quite a bit of mischief today as they continue to interact with the Ekujae citizens of Akravel. But that's not all we are up to presently. Our table is getting ready to participate in the Super Smash Finder tournament, which is an interesting set of tournament and exhibition matches of the various Paizo-related podcasts out there in the Finderverse. And we've got a fun contingent of characters that I think are going to bring a lot of justice and mercy to the table. But I don't want to delay us for too long. We have so much fun ahead of us here with the Ekujae. Why don't we go ahead and jump right back in where we left off from last episode. Y'all have this long eye-to-eye contact. Give me a perception check.
28.
From what you can tell, it isn't like malice. It doesn't look like the look that he's giving you is the kind of look that you would associate with someone who's getting ready to stab you in the back. You've seen enough of those courtly intrigue sort of looks that's there. Mm-hmm. It's the kind of look of someone who's trying to figure out what you're up to.
Fair enough.
And Nikisha kind of sees this, just like, if any of y'all are good for hunting, Akosa over there is one of our masters of the hunt. They'll be going out to grab game soon. Y'all do hunting up in Avestan, correct?
Yes. What?
Would anyone be interested in participating in today's hunt?
I could use some meat.
Sure.
Oh, both of you would like to go? Go introduce yourselves to Akosa. Here, let's all three of us go over.
One thing. What is the population of magma dragons in this area?
Magma dragons?
Yes, Kazallin, you wouldn't want to run into any more of those, now would you? You don't quite have Alec here to break his arms anymore.
No. Or my fall.
Well,
is that how he broke his arm?
That is what I've been told.
That's how... God.
There are dragons in the area, but specifically magma dragons, no.
That's how Kaz broke his heart.
What?
It was a joke. What's a jest?
Taffy, drink more water.
Don't break his heart.
Are you concerned about Kazallin's soft, delicate heart?
No, I thought we were talking about Alex.
Oh.
I was definitely talking about Alex.
Who is this?
Yeah, that
Alec?
one's important.
Not when I'm drinking water, please.
Alex Stockram is the seneschal of our citadel.
We have a citadel.
We do.
Amazing.
Where's Renali?
She is presently out. She's not too far away. Yes, Taffy.
Where's your home?
Oh, far to the south.
That means you're leaving soon, huh?
Well, I'm here to help y'all, for as long as you need me. Y'all did save my life up in that cavern. They saved your life in the cavern? Yeah, I snuck in when that first raiding party of the Cinder Claws came in. I wanted to see what was on the other side of the portal. That's amazing.
While they're having this conversation, Stana's going to change back into her armor if she's going out hunting.
And do you want to make any other preparations, Kazallin?
No, I've got all my stuff here.
All right. And who wants to approach Akosa to join the party?
Stana will.
So as you approach, the elf kind of looks up towards you and kind of nods and looks at your eye.
We were told you're out hunting. We've come to help.
He kind of cocks his head to the side a little bit. Nikisha is presently over helping Taffy with the water and is speaking over to Renali.
Oh, so he has no idea what the hell she just said.
Give me a perception check.
27.
You're pretty sure he understood every single word you just said.
So what are we hunting?
He kind of squints his eyes a little bit. There's various game around. We'll have to go out and search first.
Various game. Various game is a very good game.
Yes, Kazallin, it is.
Making sure.
Have you ever been to a buffet? Various game there.
I've had buffets at balls.
I've never buffeted on balls, but
Kazallin.
I can imagine that's probably.
There you go, Zach. Come on, keep a straight face.
I can imagine it's quite tasty. Were the balls tasty?
Oh my god.
I'm starting to understand their camping trip just a little more.
At the camping on balls comment, Akosa cracks a smile. Both of y'all give me a diplomacy check right quick.
Ooh, a roll that's not terrible.
29.
Oh, well, I only have +1, so 17.
He begins nod, and he nods at each of you and starts showing off the things necessary for beginning to do the hunt. And Stheno, you happen to notice something a little interesting around Akosa's setup. You see what you think is, you think it looks like a little goblin head pin. Like it's a small stone that's been etched to specifically look like a cartoonized goblin.
Okay.
And it is undeniably adorable.
It is. I like your pen.
It is to remind me of one of my friends. He was undeniably cute.
In our home, we have a tribe of goblins.
Really? What do they call themselves?
The Bramble Bashers.
That's fucking adorable.
It is.
All of the greatest goblin tribes have some sort of absolutely adorable name.
They do.
We have heard tale of one known as the Mud Chewers. Stories have come down from Osirion about them. It is amazing. Especially the one who runs around throwing various forms of alchemical agents around. It is beautiful.
Sid just got it.
It is amazing how much goblins can accomplish when they're really not that good at anything.
How dare you?
It's amazing how
Am I wrong?
much they can accomplish when they're no longer being oppressed by the Longshanks.
I agree. But also,
I
have
often
you ever
forget
seen
you're
one
so
try to wield a
small,
sword?
Taffy.
I have seen several goblins very good with horse choppers, yes.
Okay. Well, the rest of them are very cute when they swing those arms around. What? What are you looking at me for?
That one goblin put up quite a fight in the pie eating contest, though.
Yes. I didn't realize he could pack so many pies in there. But he surprised us all. He lost, but of course, he was up against me.
Of course, because you're not
But-
actually a man, you're just an ooze in a man-shaped form.
At that one, Akosa smiles as well. But you had asked a question before, and I should answer it for you. Your best bets for game around here are the red river hogs, as well as the water bucks. Otherwise, there's things like river turtles and bats. And if you like to work for your food, but there's also crocodiles. So if you like fighting to see who gets eaten first, they're well on the menu.
Oof.
Are y'all ready to head out, or shall we just keep standing here? Like
I'm
a
ready.
bunch of Apsis Corporation fools.
Like, what?
Can I do a society check to see what
That's
that
a
is?
25 society.
So, with the disdain that you tell and can tell in his voice, the Apsis Corporation is a Chilaxian-based mercantile company that is known for their harsh harsh tactics, as well as their attempts to do going into an area and attempting to rip out everything of value and killing whoever gets in their way. And you got a 25 in your society, right? You know that the stories that have come up towards Cheliax are a lot about the corporation getting their rear handed to them by the Pathfinder Society, as well as the locals in the Mwangi Expanse. And it was just but a few years ago that they got kicked out of some of the Mwangi coasts by, well, some forest jungle elves, actually, and got kicked right back up to Cheliax.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you want to say anything about that?
No.
He's throwing shade.
I mean, can you name somebody in Pathfinder that doesn't throw shade at Cheliax?
I mean, that's fair.
Outside of Chelaxians? And even then, Chelaxians throw shade at Cheliax all the time.
That's also fair.
And are you all ready to go on the hunt?
I think it was just
Yeet.
Stheno and Kazallin.
Yes.
Because I think Demos and Taffy were doing it. I think Taffy wanted to flirt with the spider.
Oh, Damos has just
She
been
just wants to
tailing.
hang out with the spider.
Then let's go ahead and when the hunting band begins heading out, I'll need Kazallin and Stheno to give me either nature check or perception check for finding the available game for this evening's feast.
28.
You said nature works?
Yes.
And what was the other one?
Or perception.
30.
Nice.
So, did y'all want to work together or work separately?
We'll work together.
Together.
So, together, you make an impressive but potentially dangerous find. You come across a large pack of particularly healthy and also very cranky Red River boars, as well as around the edge a large water buck that's got razor sharp horns. You're able to find a space where both of these herds are coming right next to each other at one of the river bends. Now, if you want, you can also see signs of safer animals, but the ones that make the most impact will either be these boars or the sharp-horned water bucks. Do you want to go after safer animals, or do you want to go after the ones that will make an impression?
Well, here's the thing. I haven't been completely healed from our encounter with the
I would imagine we've had time to rest.
Oh yeah, they would have healed you.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
Then the water buck sounds interesting.
The waterbuck?
Is that the danger one?
Them and the boars.
Yeah, both of those are dangerous. Or y'all could decide to use this river area to go after turtles.
I like turtles.
Where's the honor in turtles?
Where's the adventure in turtles?
Have you heard of a turtle or a dragon or a turtle dragon?
Dragon turtles.
That's the one.
Dragon turtles are different from turtles.
I know.
Especially river turtles. But if you find a river dragon turtle, you're still probably in trouble.
What about the
Apparently,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
They still have horns because they're still like considered dragons, and so they're assholes just like some dragons can be.
So if y'all want to go after them, y'all need to move into an advantageous position. So you'll need to do the equivalent of a stealth check.
Okay.
I could do that. Maybe.
So,
Stheno does not have great stealth.
well, you are tromping around in half plate.
Natural 20.
Can that assist Stheno's stealth check?
Well, as long as
That-
Stheno doesn't roll a 1, I think
That puts
Kazallin's
me
going to
as a-
stealth that.
Yeah, that puts me at a 31 for that stealth check.
Okay. Yeah. That is 16. And if Kazallin aids, that's an 18.
So Kazallin, Stheno, the one. So you try getting into a space to go after. Did you want to go after the buck or the boar?
I'm thinking the buck.
Yeah, we'll go after the buck.
Sounds cooler.
So you begin moving into position to go after the buck, and you take one step that you swear was silent, and then that spooks them, and they begin moving away from you.
So,
But you realize you are right above this huge freaking turtle. But that movement actually brings them perfectly into Kazallin's line of sight. Like, they have no idea that Kazallin's even there. And for Kazallin, you're going to get a +2 rolls for hunting the bucks. And Stheno, you're going to have your regular roll for being able to hunt the turtle if you want. Or you could try going after the bucks with a penalty.
What's the penalty?
So you would have failed against the bucks themselves, and so I believe it's going to be a -2. You would have a minus penalty, and if you're not able to, so you'll have a -2 penalty to the hunt, and with the dangerous prey, yeah, you could get gored.
That's fine. She'll take her chances.
All right.
She's a brave person.
So the elves begin kind of fanning out behind you, getting ready to assist where they can. This next one is a survival check for being able to bring down the game itself.
Are we both rolling?
Yep.
Okay.
24. Oh wait, +2.
Mm-hmm.
26.
26.
Excellent.
That's a natural 20.
Nice. So between both of you, y'all work with the elves and are able to surround the selection of the water bucks. And as y'all all begin letting your arrows fly, they hit right into killing blows on each of them. Just snap, brings them down. Exceedingly little chasing, you're able to bring down enough bucks from the herd to be able to sustain and take care of the feast. And luckily, you're able to prevent anyone from really suffering any goring from having to chase down the bucks themselves and bring and carry those in. And so y'all have just meat, just these huge bucks. Like, these are like the size of almost quarter horses. These things are ginormous. And as you get up onto the antler sets of them, you can see why they end up calling them razor bucks, because towards the tips of the antlers, you can see where it looks like they've been rubbed on towards the points, to where not only is the point itself, it looks like they've gone up and brought them against rocks to be able to sharpen each of those sides. In fact, you think if you probably brought those antlers to a weaponsmith, they would be able to make almost something kind of like a modified kukri that, if you were a druid, would be very useful. Y'all have done well.
We try.
Now, as Stheno and Kazallin are out handling the hunt, Demos and Taffy, give me a perception check.
19.
21.
So, both of y'all are able to see, as y'all are having conversations with Nikisha and Renali, swapping bits of gossip back and forth about some of the things going on in the Citadel. You can see that Nikisha is relaxing a little bit, and you spot something a bit unusual. There is a slightly pudgy lioness lying in a high branch.
What?
Oh,
Not a panther, a lioness.
Lions don't.
Nikisha answers, "That is Harriet.
Harriet.
She thinks she's a leopard."
Is she your familiar?
No, she's Harriet.
Is she your friend?
She chooses her friends.
Wait, she thinks she's a leopard? Don't lions normally not climb trees?
Give me a nature check.
That is a 16 plus 7. No, nature. 25?
So you know that lions are not usually jungle animals. Typically, they should be around savanna type of biomes. And as you begin kind of conversing and asking a few questions to Nikisha, that just one day, Harriet just showed up and began climbing the trees. And she just kind of shrugs. She thinks she's a leopard.
Huh.
We don't know why, but we like her. Every once in a while, we will feed her some of the scraps.
That's pretty cool. Can I pet her?
Give me another nature check. Are you an expert in nature?
No. And I don't know if a 20, even as an expert, would do me any good.
The issue you run into is that you're not exactly sure how you'd be able to modify your body language to approach. You could still try, but it'd be more difficult.
Well, she's really cool. If she comes down, I'll try to pet her, but only if there's somebody else around to help me, in case she tries to eat me. Big things like her try to eat me a lot.
That may be wise. And as you're checking out the, you're kind of watching from afar, making sure you don't approach too much. There's one of the elves kind of comes up and whisper something in Nikisha's ear. Ah, it seems the twins have requested a meeting with y'all. While the others are hunting, would y'all like to go ahead and meet the twin leopards of our clan?
Twin leopards? Cats? Giant cats?
We are of the leopard clan.
What does that mean?
Well, the Ekujae are separated into multiple clans, and the leopard clan is the name given to the one that is designated to guard against the darkness.
Okay. Is this what your markings are for?
They can sometimes reference that, yes.
Is that what your specific markings are for?
Oh, my markings. They help denote me as a translator, one who communicates, and also as a half-elf.
That's really cool.
You have specific markings for being a half-elf?
Yes. Half-elves tend to be much more proficient at dealing with the non-elfin races, ancestries.
Like us.
It is a valued and honored position. Plus, I'm very good at it.
We like you, so that's good.
But no, the twin leopards, they are the rulers of the clan. They would like to see you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll go.
Sure.
And as y'all are beginning to head in...
Just Demos and Taffy going?
Well, y'all are out hunting.
That's fair.
So y'all begin... y'all are escorted out towards a platform. And this platform, you're not seeing like a big fancy throne room, but it's really more of kind of a simple platform, kind of up and away, also woven of tree branches. And you see two elven females. They have these bright, striking blue eyes. They are adorned in the they're adorned in the copper and uncut jewels.
Oh, holy shit, they're cute.
I was gonna say, oh no, they're hot too.
Why
Why are they all hot? It's a problem.
Taffy's gonna do the most elegant curtsy she can manage, and say,
You wanted to speak to us?
We are Ose Panin and Ose Atsu of the Leopard Clan. Our mother is of the Heart Clan. And, you see their pattern. One is in a patterned green dress with the copper jewelry. And of course, they're studded with the uncut gems. And you see Ose, who is wearing a dark blue tunic covered with amulets that are wrapped in copper as well as green cloth.
which Ose? So
one is in the green leather tunic, so Panin is in the green and Atsu is in the blue.
Okay.
Other than that, they, being twins, they are looking strikingly similar to each other, which may be why that they're wearing the different colorations. They try to make clear which one is which. But you can see they're both wearing these black leather sandals that are also decorated with copper amulets as well. Give me a quick perception check, both of y'all.
Joyce, 23.
23.
You notice also that, much like the others, neither one has any gold on them whatsoever. Y'all's, and go ahead and pair me up with some society checks.
Nice. 22.
26.
Typically, in the cultures that y'all have dealt with, gold is associated with royalty in this case, but considering you're dealing with the leaders of the clan, you can tell that that is not the case here. There seems to be a really strong tie between the utilization of copper and the uncut gems themselves that's there. Thank you for seeing us. We wanted to actually ask you about your travels through the gate. What's it like?
The gate itself is kind of a weird place. Like, it's very quick from here to there. But when we came out of the gate, that was where we ran into issues. That's where we found the trap.
Trap?
There was I think it was magical, but there was a trap that was created so that, like, a version of
Hawk.
Tahawk was there blowing fire on us.
Do not mention that name.
Yeah, he's bad, Juju.
We will talk about the darkness after dinner tonight.
Okay. He's
But-
gross.
Tell me about yourself, Miss Taffy.
Yeah, it's Tafaxio Daxi, but my friends all call me Taffy.
Tell me, do you have family where you're from?
No, I'm the last of my kind. My family. Sorry.
Well, we've seen many gnomes. Hopefully you were not the last gnome.
Yeah, no, I'm the last of my family.
Ah, that is unfortunate. But very brave for you to be out in such a a very wonderful and exotic place. You must be very excited.
I mean, that's what us gnomes do. But yes, I am very excited. This is new and exciting.
And what has you out here what has brought you out to our wonderful part of Galarion?
Partly, we wanted to return our friend Renali to her homeland, as well as Udek to his homeland.
Ah,
Or Ubek.
the Charaka.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the cultists. That's the other goal, is to get rid of the gross cultists that worship the darkness.
I see. And what has spurred you to this endeavor?
Well, it's a long story, but the short version is they are gross, and we don't like them. And
Solid explanation.
and they were, one of their members was trying to corrupt the portals to do God knows, or gods know what, but we didn't like her either. She was kind of a bitch, so we killed her. And we want to wipe this cult off the planet, because the darkness is gross.
The other twin kind of pops in, smiles at the mentioning and correlation of the darkness to grossness. If I may be so bold, Lady Taffy.
Oh, just Taffy.
Taffy, what's the most important thing to you?
Well, as a gnome, adventure, learning new things, knowledge, but me as a person, my friends, and Wimble. And she points to Wimble, who still looks like Ryan Reynolds, because fuck yeah.
He nods, smiles. The dimple comes up just in that perfect Ryan Reynolds way. Winks.
I don't like that on a miniature scale. It's weird.
Ken doll size Ryan Reynolds.
That's just an action figure.
I know, right?
And they turn their attention over to Demos. How do you introduce yourself, Demos?
With a curtsy, of course.
Yeah,
Curtsy.
Hey, respectful.
It's just introduce himself like normal. Hi, I'm Demos.
Just Demos?
Well, my parents called me Nico Demos, but that's long and a mouthful, ain't it?
The honoring of one's parents is exceedingly important. Tell me a little bit about yourself, Nico Demos. What do you do on the other side of that portal?
I was a college student. I don't think I count as a college student anymore, but I was going to school in Andoran before I...
What were you going to school for?
They're very curious kitties.
Not much. It's like, crap, what was I going to school for?
Girls and parties.
Honestly.
Is that why you can keep the beat as well as you do?
That's part of the reason, yeah.
Did you party so well that you just had to take it up for yourself?
Yeah.
We heard a little bit of your skill at the games earlier. Would you care to show us a little bit more of that skill now?
Sure. It's a performance check.
Yes, give me a performance check.
25.
They nod as you begin hitting out some of the lyrical aspects of it.
Hopefully nothing too bawdy.
Oh, if
The
he's being
bodies.
ridiculous and finds him cute enough, yeah, you might be a little weird about it.
An interesting set of skills. You know, I'm not too bad at our local instrumentation either. Would you be willing to see if you can one-up this melody here?
Sure.
And then
They're gonna have a magic duel. Wait, a music duel.
Another performance check.
So, in this case, she brings out a type of flute and begins a melody. Go ahead and give me a performance check.
19.
You begin plucking at the lyre, but the resonance and tone that comes off from this uniquely crafted instrument just seems to kind of resonate and powers through the harmonies of your lyre, and it is just not beautiful enough to compare at how well this twin, just this haunting melody that It vaguely touches on notes of some of the birds that you hear in the air, but even they go silent as it carries out across the jungle.
That is super cool.
She kind of smiles and nods. What about you, Taffy? Do you have any particular skill that you are proud of?
I can do magic.
And what can you do with the magic?
It really depends on a lot of things. But if I have a spell prepared, I can do things like... Wait, I have a question. If I do a spell, will I be attacked?
Well, of course not. Not if you want to demonstrate it for us. Here, let us have a couple clay jars brought.
Oh,
Maybe we can see how good your accuracy is with your magic.
actually, I had a funnier idea. Demos, do you mind
Mind what?
hearing a joke?
Sure.
What is Taffy about to cast on him?
What do you call a dragon gnome hybrid?
Dragon gnome. What?
A noble. And she's gonna cast hideous laughter on Demos.
We'll save.
Okay. Oh, nothing great. Got a 20 in total.
Oh.
Sorry, his will is plus 10.
In other words, it's just silence.
He's laughing anyway.
Taffy, what is your DC?
Oh no, you're laughing, and it's not. It's not the good kind. Your hideous laughter. So you are overcome with uncontrolled laughter.
And again, what's your DC?
21.
So yes. And what's the failure effect of the spell?
Oh, actually, you would have been laughing anyway. But you are slowed 1 and can't use any reactions.
Thanks.
For the duration.
And at this point, Demos is practically rolling on the platform, actually laughing.
Jules, do you want to give us a taste of what hideous laughter sounds like?
Oh, God.
That's similar.
Taffy lifts the spell if she can. Actually, I think it's a duration thing, isn't it? Until he saves. Or they save.
Eventually, Demos will save.
Yeah.
And you can tell that Nikisha is just... She's got her hand up in front of her mouth, and you can see the edges of that smile beyond the fingers that are kind of covering it. Even Renali's giggling.
So she also does a thing real quick and casts mirror image. So now there's like 4 Taffies.
Very interesting, Taffy. Here, see if you can go ahead and hit one of these with one of your targeting spells. And
Can you throw it? It'd be even more fun.
so Oseatsu begins juggling those.
Magic missile. All 4, 3.
And as each one of your missiles hit, start smashing them. And as that happens, you just, all of a sudden you see her pull out another one. That one's designed to hit. Let's see how good your actual reaction is.
Okay.
So 3, all your missiles went out, pop, burst. And as they were bursting, another one as the shards.
I'll cast telekinetic projectile. I don't know what that accent was. Oh!
Is that what I think it is?
I know I have another button somewhere. No, I legitimately have another fate point or hero point.
So will that be your last button?
Yeah, that's my last button.
All right, turn in your button, reroll.
Much better. 16. 27.
So with your 27, you're able to catch it right at the moment, right before she was about to do this little trick you'd seen her do with some of the magic missile ones that would have like dropped it right out, but you had like accounted for it and you just smashed it. And you can tell that she is very impressed with that display there. Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
For such a display of skill and humor, of course, eyeing Demos with that one. We would like to present you with a gift.
What?
And they bring out behind you and you see that there's this dagger and a scabbard. And as they hand it over to you, they kind of explain a little bit to you. This here is something to help protect you out in the wilds. It will shift into any weapon of similar size and shape, and it will strike true, and it will strike hard. Be careful with it yourself, Miss Taffy, for it is cold iron. And she hands you a +1 shifting, striking, cold iron dagger.
Damn.
Okay, how do I... Okay, hold on.
What this does, so the +1 y'all know and striking y'all know, it's made of cold iron, and so it'll cut through anything that's any cold iron resistances, which tends to be particularly good against Fae. The shifting is a very fun ability. It can shift into any weapon of a similar size as long as it is held in the same number of hands. So a shifting dagger could turn itself from a dagger into a sickle, for instance.
You said it was a shifting, striking, cold iron dagger.
Yep, a +1 shifting, striking, cold iron dagger.
Wait, +1 on top of all that?
Correct.
Oh my god.
For it to get the shifting ability, it has to at least be a +1.
Sounds expensive.
I bet.
As y'all are coming in with the hunted feast material, Kazallin and Stheno, y'all get to the edge of Akravel coming in from the hunt, and y'all are getting all of the game offloaded. And as y'all are getting that unloaded and getting up into the trees again, both of y'all give me a perception check.
26.
28.
So y'all see Jossie kind of trot over, and as he is trotting over, y'all see apparently kind of shadowing him a little bit, but also trailing behind him, happens to be a frickin' lioness up in the tree. And then as he kind of comes up and he waves at y'all, you see him kind of nod and smile and kind of bob his head over at Akosa as the lion begins kind of settling down on one of the tree trunks.
Stata's gonna lean a little bit over to Kazallin. Lions don't climb trees.
Give me a nature check. Both of you.
Oh, okay.
26.
20.
You definitely know that they are a savanna animal, and it is very rare for them to be climbing up into the high branches of a jungle. And so Jossie greets you. Razorbucks, fantastic. Excellent hunting skills today.
Yes. Is this your companion? Your familiar?
Oh, Harriet?
Mm-hmm.
No, she just thinks she is a leopard.
What?
A leopard.
Okay.
She's also a good judge of character.
How long has she been here?
Oh, many years. She just showed up one day, decided that she was a leopard, and started climbing the tree. We found it very amusing.
Such a mellow response, this lion just showing up. It's like, oh, she just climbed the tree, and yeah, she's just there.
Well, we thought it was hilarious. I mean, you only find them in savannas, typically, and she wound up here in a tree one day. It was so funny. We threw her a chunk of meat, and now she's, as you can tell, she's quite pudgy. She's got the little pooch at the bottom.
Oh no. Stata loves this cat now.
Do you want to approach it?
Carefully.
Are you an expert in nature?
No.
What about Kazallin?
Only trained.
You want to try anyway?
Yeah, I guess. You're trying to push this on us, I feel like. So we got to do something here with this thing.
All right, go for it.
Stata's gonna hold back to see if she bites off Kazallin's hand. And look on Zach's face, she might.
That's a 14.
What's the DC for this, Chris?
Well, if you're trained, it's 1 DC, and if you're not trained, I was having it be a higher DC.
Well, we're both trained, so.
Well, excuse me. If you're an expert, it's 1 DC. If you're trained, it's a different one. So as you begin approaching, Harriet takes notice of you very, very quickly, and then slinks off away from the area.
You're apparently not a cat person, Kazallin.
Apparently.
Dago just looks at it and kind of snubs his tail in his nose.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, I wondered if you were going to remember you had Dago.
Should have never given Kazallin an animal companion.
It's like the dog in a sitcom. It shows up once and you never see it again.
With y'all having brought back the meat from the hunt, you see Give me a quick perception check.
Natural 20,
17.
so 30.
And what was Kazallin's again?
17.
Kazallin, you don't pick up on it, but Stheno, you pick up on this pretty hard. Because you're used to seeing people give a lot of different tells in and out of social situations, especially from the social scene of Cheliax. The way that Akosa and Jassi are positioned to each other is very much of what you would see for someone who is often in some forms of intimate relationships, but in formal settings. So the posture there is a cross-inviting posture.
Oh no.
But you can tell that they are familiar, but resistant to certain types of communications. So you'll see Jassi kind of smile, and he kind of cracks some of the, like a small joke. Something about the equivalent of like one of the bucks razor and comparing it to some sort of phallic shape. And then Akosa kind of gets this wry smile, and you can tell that he kind of wants to move in, but then doesn't necessarily move in. And Jassi's kind of being like this sort of social extrovert sort of thing going on, kind of joking with everyone, but continuously gives Akosa a little bit more attention than some of the others.
Is she standing closer to Jassi or Kosa?
High or low?
High.
These are the kinds of questions that percentile dice were made for. You are standing closer to Akosa.
She's gonna wait till Jassi's kind of talking to somebody else. So how long have you and Jassi been together?
Give me a diplomacy check.
28.
Jassi is more than a brother to me, but I've spent my whole youth trying to keep him from getting his stupid self-sacrificing ass killed, and it hasn't been easy. So not as close as one could be. And he kind of gives a bit of a bitter and breathy laugh. Nikisha's just as much trouble as her father when she wants to be, and don't let her tell you otherwise. And she's brilliant like her mother, but no one was surprised when the Leopard clan asked her to be linguist, and that creates some distance.
Mm-hmm. And her mother is still around? I haven't seen a human.
No, her mother has passed. She was teaching off in the Magambia.
Mm-hmm.
But that is her story, not mine.
I understand. So why aren't you two together, then?
Don't you see how he acts?
Hmm?
Give me another diplomacy.
29. Stheno is good at hitting things and interpersonal communication.
Somehow.
That's it. Don't ask her to lie. Or stealth.
Yeah, that doesn't end well.
She has a +2 to stealth, okay?
Well, when you're in all that armor, it doesn't really make sense to devote any...
Oh no, there's no armor issues.
No, I'm saying, like, if you're an armored character, it doesn't really make sense to put all that into stealth, so...
She just has a +2 to her dex, and that's it. And she has a +3 to deception, so...
And that was a 29?
That was a 29.
The atmosphere just hasn't been right yet.
Okay.
Maybe when it's proper.
Mm.
And it's about that time that you see Nikisha with Renali, Demos, and Taffy in tow kind of show up. Are we ready for the feast? It's going to be ready here in just a few moments.
Sure.
Excellent. And as y'all begin moving off in the direction of the feast, y'all can begin getting the sense of several different types of spices wafting up into the air. Y'all get the sense of roasted animals beginning as well as the final sounds from the cleaning and preparation have all been done outside of that. And now it's about the time that as y'all are getting closer, y'all hear the sizzling as the fats are dripping off from being onto the fires, and everything is just getting up and going. And so,
real quick,
mm-hmm.
Taffy's gonna kind of half jog up to Stheno and tug on like her shirt sleeve. Do you have a belt or something that I could use?
Yes, what for?
This. She holds up the dagger.
May I?
Yeah.
Stheno's gonna kind of look at it and eyeball it. It's like, this is very impressive.
Just don't touch it to my skin, okay?
Of course. It's very impressive. Yes, I have an extra belt.
One that could be sized
Yes,
down for me?
Absolutely.
Okay. For now, she's gonna turn it into a staff.
Too big.
Too
You
big?
can turn it into a club.
Gnome staffs would be too big?
Gnome-sized staff would be too big?
Yes.
It
What
has
about,
to
like
be
a walking stick?
It has to be a one-handed weapon. So you could turn it into a club, and you could use the club as a walking staff for a gnome.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now the thing is that it is a cold iron club.
Except for a club, it's just going to be a fairly thin cold iron rod with
Like a shillelagh.
kind of like a shillelagh, but and then the top of it's going to be like just this like fey-looking like fairy or something perched on it, or like a crook. Oh, I just realized what I can't do with it. I can't make like a crook and have Wimble sit on it because it would literally kill him.
You know, you could just wrap it.
That's still too close to cold iron, I think.
Yeah.
Risky.
Taffy, you can also turn it into a star knife.
Star knife?
Yes, one of the Desmond star knives.
Don't you have to hold the metal?
No,
Star
you hold,
knife?
the center of them are wooden or leather, typically.
Oh.
So
I
the
have
star
gloves
knife.
anyway.
Yeah. So the star knife is typically circular in design with the handle in towards the center.
So like a chakram. But with
A bit
handle.
like a chakram, and coming out from in a starburst pattern in the 4 cardinal directions are blades.
Oh,
They come up.
cool.
And it is often associated and is the favored weapon of Desna.
What about a small round shield with a spike? So it's like a spiked round shield, one-handed.
You wouldn't be able to get the
Shielding aspect, I would imagine. But...
correct. You'd get something closer to a punching dagger.
Okay. Just something that she could like strap on and like carry easy.
Well, you can always morph it back into its dagger shape, and then she's very easy.
But
I mean, Stheno went through the time of making sure the belt would fit you.
Yeah.
that's fair. She just
Also, Stana's going to change back into her hot weather outfit.
And after y'all refresh yourselves, y'all get set back down into the feast as it's being prepared. The table, there are a sequence of long tables that are set up with a prominent space set for kind of the shared communal fire, where you see now the dancing games are kind of kicking up a little bit. So the space is there with everyone kind of coming together. Y'all have a special place that's towards the left-hand guest side of where the twin leopards are sitting, and which is, it's in an elevated place of honor in that for where every guest, and then everyone is sit down with spaces for the food and everyone else to sit. And you have Nikisha kind of on y'all side, and then on the opposite side you happen to have Akosa, Jossie, and several of the other warriors going on, and everyone is kind of building up this set of camaraderie. Y'all can see Akosa himself is a little bit kind of reserved, still kind of watching y'all, but is more kind of caught up interacting with Jossie and the people that are around them. You find that the razor buck that y'all caught happens to taste absolutely fantastic. You don't know what spices they put on there, but it is pretty good. Some people did end up catching some turtle, and you can see that there's some things as exotic as bats and the like on there as well. And they did not say the leather taffy. I have to.
Stana's going to lean over to Taffy.
Taffy only took the leather of that one because she was real spiteful at the time.
Well, you
Stana-
happen to be wearing that leather.
Stana's
I'm
going to
not.
lean
I'm wearing
over.
a late summer robe.
Stana's going to lean over to Taffy and be like, can you imagine what Roxy would do if we brought her back some of these spices?
I think she would make a noise that's very appropriate for the bedroom. If we brought her back these spices.
And Renali pipes in. Just remember, Pib and Zarf will try to pickle him too.
Oh no.
Yes. I've promised them that they can pickle the fruits.
And some of these fruits are fantastically delicious, and great job on the razorbucks.
Thank you. Kazallin was very impressive. Since
What
I
else is
stepped on
new?
a stick.
They do happen to have quite a few different types of roasted animals on a stick for Kazallin, if you so desire.
Just kebabs for
But he's
days.
not allowed to take their legs.
No, he feels like he's gonna use a fork and knife today.
Oh.
Fancy dinner.
Whoa.
And as everyone is kind of, joking, the music is kicked up, the beats are being carried. Nikisha kind of leans over to y'all, and she's kind of got a little bit of a mischievous smile on her face. She goes, "See my father and his friend Akosa over there?" And she kind of gestures
Wait.
with her staff.
Ah, yes, the star-crossed lovers.
They're only friends?
I know, right?
Wait, what?
Well, they're both clueless. They've been friends since childhood, and they've been in love for the past 10 years. And ever since my father helped Akosa recover from his time with the Apsis Consortium, and Akosa helped my father recover from my mother's death, but neither of them will do anything about it.
Speaking with Akosa earlier, he said that it simply hadn't been the right time or place.
You see, they both have too many concerns invented in their own minds, and they both worry about what my mother would have thought.
Taffy is like wandering away now
Taffy.
and just yells, "Drinking game!"
Taffy!
See, I know what precisely my mother would think. She would think that they're both just being clueless.
They are.
Now,
Taffy's just gonna walk right up to the two.
Oh no.
You guys want to drink with me?
so Taffy's walking over with drinks.
Oh no.
as-
There she goes.
and watching that, Nikisha smiles and continues. Now, I've let them dance around each other for years, but today I've decided that life is just too short. And even for elves. So maybe even especially for elves. And she seems to be a little pensive, and she kind of looks back and forth. And then she shakes her head and kind of scoffs slightly. The elders always say it isn't our place to interfere with other people's personal lives, but I'm a half-elf, and so I really don't care about that. Would you mind helping me turn this festive atmosphere into something a little bit more romantic for those two?
Hey, you guys want to see my cool dagger?
Demos?
Yeah, I can definitely help.
Shots for everyone.
Play us some of those
I'm going to play something for him.
Enduran
Let's do a performance.
love songs.
Shit. 30.
All
The
right.
loveliest. The loveliest of all songs.
So, Demos kind of cues up. Taffy walks over and is basically going, shot, 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 shots. And then when the beat kind of lulls down a little bit, Demos kind of kicks over to where the fire is at and then begins playing his old
Wait.
classic.
Is Demos in booty shorts?
He's always in boot.
Fantastic!
And then unleashes the 30 performance check.
Wait, is this the first time a bard has rolled to have someone else be seduced by someone else?
It definitely is in our sessions.
Demos is good at that.
And so,
Stop looking at me.
Taffy, you're going to get a +2 in a diplomacy check to get them to basically shots.
Oh no.
How much plus 2?
Yes.
30.
Oh no.
32.
Oof.
Is that a critical?
And Stheno already had his mind on it from earlier.
She's gonna lead into truth or dare once they're a little bit shit-faced.
So these two elves can hold their liquor. You discover a few things as this starts going on. So you bring over, you do the celebratory shots. You lead in with some initial small talk about the game and then how the juggling started going, and then you got them talking about themselves.
Taffy, while this is all going on, Taffy is sipping her drink, but always making sure that her glass is empty by the time another round comes around. The spot by her is pretty wet.
This is very clever.
Wimble keeps finishing most of your shots.
Oh god, his kidneys and oh god.
So you
He's
start
He
sitting.
he's a fae.
He lives on vodka, I
Yeah,
thought.
he lives on vodka and eggs.
So it's kind of one of those where you start sipping, and then as it looks like they're about to go, Wimble darts in, hits the whole thing, puts it back, and then you pour another shot down. You sip it to, down about a quarter of the shot. Wimble finishes off the other 3/4, and you keep this up until they just keep telling you their life story that's there. Jossie, already kind of amiable. He gets a little sober when you get him onto kind of the subject of, he's super proud of Nikisha. She's a half-elf who's been through a lot of stuff going on, even with someone of her own young age. It was really hard when her mom had died. It happened about, a little over 10 years ago. It was hard being away. His role as being a demon hunter and a protector of the clan, having to kind of serve and stand up for everyone. And then, that's when Akosa kind of throws his arm over Jossie's shoulder a little bit and kind of pulls him in close for...
I feel like Stheno and Nikisha are like watching from a distance with just like, yes.
Y'all both have your fingers steepled up a little bit, and it's just super close to be like, she's really good.
She's very good at what she does.
And, and Akosa starts really going in, and, he starts covering the time where in his fight with the Apsis Consortium that he was nearly brought in under the slavers part of it until he had to, they eventually broke out of the bondage. They ended up raiding a weapons locker, and then he grabbed like the commander's bow, and you get this harsh war story where him and a couple of the other elves end up having to fight out from the absorption, the Apsis Consortium's guards, and it just turns into this huge battle that ends up being one of the major victories in routing the consortium out from the coast of the Mwangi that's there.
Wow, you guys are like badass.
And Jossie goes, he is badass.
You too, you're a demon hunter. You guys are great. How long have you guys known each other?
Children? 500 years?
And you guys have never hooked up?
Oh my god, Taffy.
They look kind of at each other. They look at you. They look at each other. They look at Taffy. Wimble looks at both of them, super shit-faced between the two, and makes this kissy face with...
Wimble!
Well, it's about time.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
Is that Wimble's voice?
It changes to whatever I feel like of the day.
oh god.
Well, that one sounds a
He's
little bit
also
like Pee Wee
extra
Herman.
drunk.
Sounds like Pee Wee Herman.
Oh no, please stop Pee Wee Herman voice. No!
Anyway.
It's me, Wimble.
I might just have Zach start doing the voice.
No!
Wanna go kitty kitty?
Wimble, you're killing the mood!
Wimble takes another shot and then flies behind Taffy.
Throw him.
I'm not gonna
He'll
throw
be
him.
fine. God looks out for drunks and children.
Dago just kind of comes in, grabs Wimble by his shoulders, and kind of flaps off with him.
But seriously, you guys seem really close. And like, I feel there's like chemistry.
And she's playing it a little thick playing it a little like up that she might be a little more drunk than she actually is.
Can you feel the love tonight suddenly starts coming out from Demos's lyre?
Demos is very good at what he's doing.
And they begin having their moment.
You guys are so cute.
Aha! This is the end of the whole campaign. This
This is what it all led up to.
Okay, Chris, we're done.
So while that is going on, Jossie and Akosa kind of get lost in themselves.
In each other's eyes.
Do
Into
they
each other's
lose
eyes.
each other or lose themselves enough that like Taffy can kind of slip away?
Yeah, once the sweet nothing started going and the cross compliments happening between the...
Taffy comes back strutting her shit like, yep, I did it.
How drunk is Wimble?
Oh,
he's hammered.
so drunk.
In fact, he comes over and he begins escorting 3 young elves walking up to Kazallin. Demos is still kind of playing, but where Kazallin, Nikisha, and Stheno's at as Taffy's kind of meeting up with them. And Wimble brings them over and sets them right in front of Kazallin. So these are fairly young kids. Mister, we've heard that you Northerners can't handle spice. We've heard that you can't handle anything with spice. Now, this guy, pointing at Wimble, says we're wrong, but we don't think we are. You willing to step up?
I'll step up.
Kazallin.
I will step all the way up.
Kazallin can eat anything.
Yeah.
We've been growing the best, the most delicious, the spiciest peppers that any city has ever seen, and that our city has ever seen. And if you're willing to partake in a pepper eating contest, we'll throw down right now, and we'll show you that you Avastanis have no chance of being able to take on what's really hot.
I'm waiting for them to call an old man.
Well, let me tell you something. when it comes to putting things in my mouth, the contests are where it all goes down. So why don't you just give me those peppers and I will show you what I'm all about.